From day one, my goal has always been to help surround Dennis and the other filmmakers on the show with the right resources and the right people and the right environment to be able to do what they do, right? Which is make great shows.
I'd love to bring a double net in to just cut off all the background of this here. It's a really cool experience to try things that I would never get to try otherwise. Because we shoot at such a small scale, the show's requirements, the lighting requirements, are so much more finessed and so much more precise.
It's a lot of fun. There's an exceptional amount of talented people working on this show, and it's really amazing to watch the whole show come together.
A lot of times as a television writer, you're going all over the place. You're going to Toronto, you're going to Vancouver, you're going to Winnipeg. It's nice being able to stay in town and write. It's a good feeling.
I depend on the director to really explore the whole scene when they're working with the actor so that they get all the ums and the ers and the ouches.
Wapos Bay is not an anomaly, but it's just one of those things that it's a gem when you get to work on one. I fortunately got to work on one straight off the bat out of college, so it was just that much cooler.
I get to meet all the actors, and we all get along, we all have a rapport, we all hang out, and so that, I think that helps a lot. And then once I see the show, once the show's edited, I start writing music to it, and I get a feel for what's going on.
I guess I sort of facilitate and direct a lot of the builds that happen on the show. Everything from puppets, props, set design, things like that. They all have to kind of come together.
I come in before we start shooting, and we review the scripts, determine some of the looks and the ideas for what we'd like to do and how we'd like to shoot it. The directors and the editors will come up with something called an animatic, which is basically a series of drawings that just lay out the storyboards of the show in its entirety.
It's kind of like looking at a comic book, really, when we get it done, because they're all still images.
And then we review them, we take a look at them, we change them appropriately.
Then what we do after that is split all the shots up, export them so that the animators just get their single shot to work on, so that they know what the audio is, so they can make the mouths move the way they need the mouths to move.
And then the fun stuff starts for me, where I get to figure out where the sun is coming from or what's lighting the sets.
The animator animates the shot. It comes back to post, where it gets processed.
From the raw file to preliminary processed TIFF, and then online and offline movies, and then possibly visual effects files as well. So yeah, it gets pretty complicated.
Anyways, it gets onto my computer, and then I place it back into the timeline using the animatic as a guide. The animators know what they're doing with the mouth shapes, and it just magically looks like they're talking.
But we need those wires to hang off of him.
It's always in the movies.
The opportunity to work on a show where you get to send out a positive message to anybody who watches the show. It's one of the best feedbacks that we get, that I get personally, and a lot of people that have seen the show have come back and said, it's just a great show.
The thing that I love about this show is the stories are so great. There's always a real positive feeling, and I always feel good after I watch an episode of Wapos Bay.
Being able to work with a talented group of people who care a lot about their work. It's amazing.
There's so much to learn all the time with this kind of work, and I think it keeps people interested and challenged for sure.
What has happened is we've all been able to lean on each other even more and understand and trust that this person is going to do their job so that I can fully do my job. And it does really work.
I'd like to thank the volunteers behind me for counting the ballots. Without any further ado,
maybe just a little dance.